Good evening, it's Ian Koniak, and today I have a message which I think a lot of sales reps need to hear. And it's the message that is really simple. If you are not hitting your quota, if you are not performing right now to the levels you want to perform or to your basic requirements in your job, most likely it's not your fault. Now, this is not a message to say that you're not responsible for your own success or failure. But what it is a message to say is that you are not getting the help that you need right now. And you're left to figure it out and do it out on your own. And you're watching this video because you're looking and you're desperate to get help from somewhere. And I want to just talk in this video a little bit about what's going on, what I'm seeing, because my heart does feel for so many people. I had somebody leave me a voice message yesterday that they were in tears because they were in such a toxic environment and their manager was being so hard on them without necessarily teaching and coaching them. So there's a lot going on, which is making it way harder for reps to succeed. And because of that, we've seen rep quota attainment drop by over 10%. Only a third of reps are hitting their quota now versus close to 50 a year ago, right? Depending on the segment. It could be a little more, a little less, but the data is not good. People are struggling out there, and that's impacting mental health. It's impacting self-esteem. And I want to talk about a little bit on why it's not your fault. So the first reason is companies don't train. What happens in most companies is they'll give you a week or two onboarding, and most of the training is about how to use the tools or the products. But what they don't train is how to sell. They just don't invest in the training, unfortunately. There's big teams, there's a lot of enablement, but the actual selling skills and teaching you how to sell, not how the product works, not how to run demos, but actually how to sell is not taught by most companies. How do I know this? Because they come to me and I have to supplement what they're not doing. Okay? And those that do invest sometimes hire outside speakers or trainers from people who may not have even sold for 10 or 20 years and don't know how to sell enterprise software. So companies don't train, and companies are also putting a ton of pressure right now, which is making the situation worse because they're putting pressure on performance. There's layoffs, there's threats of layoffs, there's rifts, there's job cuts, there's threats of pips, and it's scaring the shit out of people, and they don't perform well when you're scared. That's not the way to motivate people. It's only going to cause anxiety, stress, and make the problem worse. Companies aren't training, and they're putting undue pressure, constant pressure to perform. And that is the nature of sales. You have to perform. It's a performance sport, but when you micromanage or when you measure things that actually don't help people perform, that doesn't do any good. It only serves as a distraction. It only takes away their focus away from their customers. So companies are problem one, companies. And the problem two is managers. And again, this is not a knock at SaaS companies or sales managers. There's a lot of really good managers who care about their teams, who want to help them. But here's the reality for managers. Number one, they're under this pressure. And that pressure often gets distilled right down to the reps. And it's coming right from the company. So they're freaking out too. And they're operating from a place of scarcity rather than abundance. Number two, so scarcity. Number two is they're busy. What I hear a lot is my manager focuses on closing deals, but they're not training and coaching and developing me. They're just going where the deals are. So the managers come in with this attitude of like, the good reps will sell and I don't have to develop them. And maybe there are some good reps who are carrying the bulk of the team, but the rest of us out there are not. How do I know this? Well, I missed my number 3 years in a row back many years ago. And I'll tell you what happened after that, because I wasn't getting support from my manager. I wasn't getting training. I felt like I was just a number. I was expected to perform. I was micromanaged, but I wasn't given the help and support and coaching I need. Okay? So managers aren't coaching and they're not training because they're too busy. So if companies aren't doing the training and managers aren't doing the training, what are you supposed to do as a sales rep? Well, you got to go figure it out on your own, which is the third problem, is you. See, if you think, okay, well, my company's not training, my managers aren't training me, so I got to go figure it out on my own, that's a problem. Because what will happen is you'll try through trial and error to do one thing, it may not work, you go the other way, it doesn't work, and then you grind and you hustle and you scrape and you claw, and maybe you get to plan, but most likely you feel like you're on an island not getting support, okay? And then you either leave the company or check out or just feel bad about yourself and you don't get any better. So I say you're the problem because most salespeople don't get help. In fact, I was that salesperson that tried to figure it out because I didn't have the support from my boss. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just thought I could outwork and out-hustle it. So I tried even harder, and the harder I tried, the more frustrated I got. You see, selling enterprise software is really, really hard. It's hard. So if you're trying on your own and you're not getting the help you need from your company or your manager and it's not working, then what do? Well, you can watch my videos. You can learn from other resources that are doing it, but that ain't the problem, okay? The problem is applying the content. The problem is watching a video is one thing, but actually doing it and applying it is a whole different formula because you don't have accountability, you don't have someone coaching, you don't have someone helping you. So what it took me was missing my quota 3 years in a row until I said, wow, I'm the problem. I had to look in the mirror and realize that what I was trying to do and figure out on my own because I wasn't getting the support I needed wasn't actually working. And that's when I said, I will do whatever it takes to get help. So that's what I'm here to offer you is help. I want to help you by supplementing what you're not getting from your company, from your manager, or what you're not able to figure out on your own. Because if you were, you wouldn't be watching this video. So how can I help? Well, my entire coaching program exists to fill in the gaps that managers and companies aren't training. There's 3 ways I can help, right? The first is teach you how to do it. In other words, teach you how to sell larger deals. Teach you. And I've done that. I've created hundreds of videos, templates, emails, frameworks, everything that I've done to become the #1 sales rep at Salesforce. Everything I've done, I've put into a portal and recorded. And that's my bronze coaching program. And that's going to be released in January. The second way I can help you, second way, is doing it with you. Live coaching. A lot of the problem is that you don't know what to do. If you did, you would have been performing. So if you want to learn what to do, learn what to do in one comprehensive package. Now, if you're saying, well, I don't want homework, I don't want to do it on my own, that's really hard, then live coaching is an opportunity to do it together. So bronze is really do it yourself the right way by learning from me. Silver is the next level of coaching, which is do it together as a group. I have 90 people in my program, and we meet every single week together. And we have workbooks, and we have cohorts, and we have templates, and we have a community of sellers lifting each other up who are crushing it together. And if you don't want to be in a group and you really need help one-on-one, then I'll do it with you. And that's my gold program, where you get access to the portal and the group trainings, but I do 12 one-on-one sessions with you. My enrollment is open in January, and I'm only selling to people on the wait list. So if you do want help, if you're not getting the support you need from your manager, from your company, from your peers, if you feel lost, like you're busting your ass, you're working hard, you're doing every single thing in your power, but you're not getting the results, I know how you feel. I've been there. I quit my job so I can help more people because I didn't want them to go through what I went through. But you have one choice. Are you going to sit and continue to do what's not working and be frustrated and beat yourself up over the life you're not living, over the results you're not getting? Or are you going to get help? Because if your manager's not doing it, and if your company's not training you, and you know there's a better way, and you know there's an answer, but you refuse to do it, then you're just stubborn. Then it's on you. Then you're saying, well, I don't want to invest. I don't, it's a scarcity mindset. It's a stubborn mindset. You think you can figure it out. That's all ego. You know how you can do really, really well? Let your ego go and realize maybe I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to pay the cost of tuition to figure it out another year. We're going into our new year. You have the opportunity to get you the help you need. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to fill in what your managers and what your companies are not providing. So if you are serious, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to put skin in the game and invest in yourself. To this day, I invest in myself. I paid $36,000 to be part of a coaching program to help coaches scale their business. Part of the reason why my program got to 7 figures in its first year, because I am humble enough to know that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm smart enough to realize that other people do, and I am willing to pay for their help. If you're not convinced, that's fine. You don't need to be. All you got to do is go look at the recommendations on my LinkedIn profile or go to my website, untapyoursalespotential.com/testimonials, and hear what people in the program have to say. I've been running this thing for 8 months now. 8 months, it's April, and people are getting phenomenal results because they have a roadmap, they have a blueprint, they know what to do. It's one thing if you're busting your tail and you don't know what to do. It's another thing if you have a proven playbook that you can follow. And that's what I'm delivering, where companies and managers don't give people a playbook to follow. Maybe they give them a methodology, maybe they give them some training on product, but not a playbook that's proven to work. So the best thing you can do is help yourself by getting help from somebody who's done it before. I was the former #1 account executive at Salesforce. After missing 3 years, I invested $20,000 to hire a coach, to join a mastermind. And that year, I tripled my income. And I became #1 globally in the enterprise space at Salesforce. The following 3 years after that, I made club every year. My income went from $250K to $750K on average before retiring. And now I get to coach and teach everything I learned. Don't make that mistake. Don't wait 3 years or 4 years or 5 years until you're at your rock bottom, beating yourself up, struggling with addiction like I did, really ready to just call it a day because you're so down on yourself. Get the help you need. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. I'll leave a link on the wait list so you can join it, but it's on you. You got to bet on yourself. You got to invest in yourself because unfortunately, your company, your manager, they're probably not going to do it if they haven't already. It's not that they don't care, but they're just busy. They might not know how. You got to take control of your own destiny. So I hope to see you in my program. Like I said, there's a wait list. There's 1,400 people on it. There's only going to be 75 spots for silver and gold. Already a few people bought gold. We're so excited to get in the program. We said, what do I need to do? So I sold them some tickets. So if you're serious, if you're ready, DM me, email me, get on the wait list. Tell me you're ready. Okay, and I'll tell you how to get in early. But I am dead serious. Take control over your destiny because your company's not going to help and your manager's not going to help. And I hate to say it, but it's only getting worse. They're only doing more and more cuts. There's only going to be more pressure. You need support to get what you need. Thanks again for watching this video. And if I can help in any way or if you have questions, please let me know. I'll see you soon.